welcome to This Week in Vexly. Starting off, we will review our trade ideas from last week. Starting off, we liked MU as a short last week. Our market maker model was short and bearish going into last week. We also noted on our gamma profile that 70 should act as a ceiling for the week. Well, that's what we got this week, with MU trade in a very tight range barely above and below 70. From Monday's open to low of week, MU was down 1.23%. For our second idea, we liked LULU as a short last week. Our market maker model was short and bearish along with Pluto signaling a sell. We also mentioned that we wanted to see 400 act as the ceiling for the week along with the higher positioning at 410. From Monday's open to low of week, LULU was down 1.13%. Next, we will review our Fed and liquidity recap from last week. Starting with CB swap lines, we saw another week of inactivity. But we had some notable buying on the overnight repo auction with enough size to provide some liquidity to the market in the next 2 to 3 days. Lastly, we have the Fed's balance sheet, which has seen another week of drawdown. Overall, the buying we say on repos is supportive of the current spot in markets and could prop things up for the coming days. Next, we have our weekly market view, which shows the negative returns we saw this week. This isn't something to be surprised about, considering last week we did mention that returns were on the outstretched positive side and that a down or choppy week was likely. Next, let's review our heat maps from Friday's close. Remember to pause the video and review the price action from Friday's heat maps to identify spots of interest for Monday's open. Here are the heat maps for ES, NQ, and RTY. Now let's get into our trade ideas for the week ahead. First idea we like for the week ahead is a long on Square. Our market maker model is long and has a squeeze signal, along with Pluto signaling a long. Moving to our gamma profile, we can see spot price is below the peak negative gamma at 54. This will cause price to want to get above that peak negative along as it doesn't roll lower. Next, on our Vanna profile, we have peak positive at 55 and peak negative at 50. Next, we have our skew model, which is showing calls have already been loaded in majority of positioning. Next, here is our weekly seasonality for Square. Finally, we have our VX levels for Square, which show how we found a bid at 53 on Friday last week. We will look for 53 to act as support during the start of the week. For our second idea for the week, we like coin as a short. Our market maker model is short and bearish, but Pluto is currently neutral. We will be watching Pluto for a short signal during the week to help with an entry. Moving to our gamma profile, we can see peak positive is set at 85 and negative is set at 80. Seeing this, we will look for 85 to be the ceiling for the week. Next, we have our Vanna profile, with peak positive at 90 and peak negative set at 75. Scrolling down, we have our skew model, which is slightly bullish for the week ahead, and here is the weekly seasonality for coin. Lastly, we have our VX levels, which show 82 was an area of rejection last week, and we'll want to watch that going into this week. That's it for this week's video. To recap, we saw the Fed provide some liquidity through overnight repo buying at the end of last week, and will expect to see this have an effect on the market at the start of this week. For our trade ideas, we like Square as a long to get back above 54 to 55. For our second idea, we like coin as a short and want to see 85 be the top for the week, and will have a short target of 80 and below. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more.